What's going on, you guys? Coaster here, just talking a little bit more about the game with Jacksonville and Oakland. Very game that you should not overlook, at least on paper. This is a Raiders win, but I'm not going to guarantee anything because nothing in the NFL should be guaranteed. If the Raiders lose this game somehow, it's because they overlook the opponent. It's that simple. Cecil Shorts, the only respectable Jaguars wide receiver on that team, got to cover him pretty well. Maurice Jones-Drew is kind of a shadow of his former self, but a lot of that is because of Jacksonville's offensive line. They're in a big rebuild, and they're in a situation where they have so many holes, very similar to the Raiders. And before the season, everyone had the Raiders and Jacksonville duking it out for the top draft pick. Now, the Raiders played very well last week. If they play as well as they did last week, they will win the game against Jacksonville, because that was a very close, competitive game. Both teams were playing hard, and there were mistakes, but it wasn't where it was back-breaking or embarrassing mistakes. These were just mistakes that are going to happen in a tight game. Jacksonville, on the other hand, they cannot make stupid mistakes. If they do, Jacksonville will probably make us pay, because last time we played them, we made some stupid mistakes in the first half. It almost cost us, and thankfully Jacksonville screwed it up in the second half. That's the game, of course, where we injured Blaine Gabbert, and Gabbert isn't even going to be playing this game. This is Chad Henne. Ironically, it's a little bit of Chad Henne versus Ohio State in Terrell Pryor, Michigan, Ohio State. Kind of a funny thing there, but just as it was dialed up. Pryor, so far, I thought he was good. Not great, obviously, with the interceptions, but if he makes the smart plays and works on at least making better decisions, we might have a chance. You may not say he's a franchise quarterback, but he's a serviceable quarterback in our case. We got to see improvement there. We got to make sure just don't overlook the opponent. Their defensive line, last time we faced them, owned us, and that, of course, had to do with the zone blocking scheme. The offensive line is still kind of a problem with us, with this team, I still believe. Sure, they didn't have many sacks, but remember, Pryor could eat up or hide those sacks that could have happened if it were a regular pocket passer. The offensive line is still not that good, in my opinion. The running game has not been good. I know we scored with McFadden, it was nice, but the running game is still a weakness because of the offensive line just not creating holes. So, yeah, Jacksonville, there's a lot of holes on their team. Mercedes Lewis, Cecil Shorts, a few bright spots. Maurice Jones-Drew, I said before. But as long as they don't overlook the opponent, the Raiders should win this game. Otherwise, they're overlooking the opponent. It's a mental thing at this point. So don't play down to their level. That's all I'm asking. Until told otherwise, let me know what you think. Very short. Go Raiders.